as you can see on the table, I have, well, most of my sunglasses spread out. Some of them have not been unpacked yet. So I just thought I would do a little sunglasses haul / review. Hey?
Sunglass haul.
Haul! Alright guys, not familiar with YouTube really, so he thought I meant haul. Like, wow. Okay, so where should we start? Should we start with my first pair of designer sunglasses?
I think so, because people must see where you started out.
Now, I still love this pair, so...
That's a futuristic man.
Like this one.
No, you don't want to see it.
This is Giorgio Armani.
Look if X-Men ever needed it.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Yes, like in that toxic
Yeah.
music
Eh?
video. Very good.
I use this toxic camera in it. Oh wow, Cyclops.
And then we have, let's start with the
Generic brand.
cheaper pairs. So we have this one.
Look, that's a vibe. Very classy.
Classic, bougie, nasty. This one is a guest pair.
I don't like the smaller frames.
Like this.
This is
You just have to wear these smaller frames over here, like on the tip of your nose.
to block the nostril.
On your top lip.
That's like a J-Lo vibe. But the J-Lo on a budget.
Yes. I don't even know why I still have this pair, to be honest. Yo, I used to love this pair. I used to love this pair
No,
so
that's
much.
nice. I like that.
What vibe was that?
This is also like just, see, you don't know where this is. You don't know where.
Context.
Just
So you always wear sunglasses the right way? Did you
yes,
learn it
because I
after?
wore specs growing up. If guys, we don't know, I used to be blind as a bat. I actually got laser to.
Still blind because I hear you walking into the water.
This pair is quite interesting.
Awesome power vibes.
Some power vibes, no? I have a whole category dedicated to Brandon. I didn't realize I actually had his sunglasses and he accused me for so long. I'm like, I don't have your sunglasses. And he's like, you do have it. And I'm like, I really don't. And now, yeah, I'm sitting with his sunglasses. But this one, the yellow one, no? This is my favorite pair.
No, those are cool.
Brandon, if you're watching this, then I don't know what to say to you, friend. Okay, so I have a lot of Ray-Bans. These are all Ray-Bans over here. I'm just gonna open. Let's see. Ooh, this is actually my first pair of Ray-Bans. This pair right here.
Oh no, those are timeless. You can't get rid of that.
This is my first pair. Yeah, I feel like with any pair of Ray-Bans, they're all timeless. This one's you.
This is beauty. Yes.
Wow.
That's true.
This is one of my favorite pairs. I still wear this
is
quite
fun.
often. I still wear this one quite often, actually. This one, no? This is really nice in pictures because any pair of like good frames that are reflective is really good for pictures. This one also,
This was my favorite one when it just came out.
yeah. But I feel like this one also has like, I don't think this one's timeless. This pair, I just like the shape. I think it just frames.
I think Ray-Ban's actually a cooler brand.
Yeah, Ray-Ban's
Love
actually my
Ray-Ban.
favorite brand. Okay, this is a weird shape. This one's giving me like mom vibes.
Yeah, that's soccer mom.
This is this pair to Italy. Nice, no? And it's also really comfortable and nice and comfortable is around your ear.
Look, I have an ear.
If there's one thing.
If there's one thing I have, it's an ear. I don't feel like a Ray-Ban model vibe.
Hey, Ray-Ban model.
So what is
Get
the
rid of the chin.
Ray-Ban, if you're watching this and you need a male model.
I have it, yes.
Anyway, I have one like this, but it's a smaller, like more oval shape. But
Oh,
this,
yes.
do you know what I'm talking about? Is it in there? Focus on there. This I wore in my hipster days.
I was gonna say it's very hipster.
So I wanted to add another layer to my skits, like be another person. Just goes on. These are the sunglasses I wear on Tropica. Island of Treasure. Every Tuesday for 7 am. Next day we sit ready. Where should we start? Let's start with this. So this is. Ooh, this is my Miu Miu's.
No.
Oh no, these are Celine. These are Celine ones. Look at that. Class.
That is what time is it? Why do you put your shoulders back? What do the shoulders do?
It's like an avant-garde vibe, like
But you must drop it to
Like you're underwear.
Yeah, I love it, yeah. Of what's going on around you. So you just want to look good just in case of pictures being taken. Jeans. I have 3 pairs of good jeans.
You're only on 2.
Huh?
You're only on 2.
What do you mean?
The third pair.
The blue one?
Mm.
Sorry. Ooh. I actually forgot about this pair. Where's my round pink Miu Miu's? The big pair. Oh, there. Okay, so these are Gucci. I forgot about this pair actually.
Lovely.
I'm actually gonna maybe wear them in the pictures soon or something. But yeah, these are really nice. Next Gucci, we have this pair right here.
Oh, it's 6 here.
Those are really nice. So you actually only pay 1 pair, 2 pairs.
You can borrow it, for sure.
Just put them those ones, those fit really nice.
Wait, I'll do a pair with you before you put it on. I'll do a pair with you. Okay, let's go.
This is pairing of the sunglasses.
Picture, but yeah, I like this one because it's so big and it covered my face, and I wasn't really confident.
With that, you can now make a spectacle of yourself.
I wasn't really confident with my face, so that's why I started getting sunglasses. Next Gucci, ooh,
That's nice.
That's my
this is George's
I like
favorite
the-
pair, and
the
he thinks
boxes is
he
like-
thinks that I'm gonna give it to him. But this is like the pair that I wear if I'm feeling extra at a club. Then I just
How cool am I?
pop this on.
Wow.
Oh,
You must do the pose.
You have to do the
You
pose.
have to do the pose.
Do you know what I like these? It's like Tony Stark. Tony
yeah.
Stark.
Tony Stark. Amen.
These are Prada. Prada, very also another classic pair. Prada. Ooh.
Wow. It's like that one on steroids.
Yeah. Just makes you look like I'm a bit of a unibrow, but. And Miu Miu was actually the second pair of designer sunglasses that I got. And which was it? Was it this pair? Yeah. I think this was the first pair that I bought for myself. First pair of designer sunglasses I bought for myself. And then this one my dad bought for me. And they're both pink. And they're both big. So yeah, this will always actually have a special place in my heart, this one, because I bought it at the airport, like right before taking a flight. And yeah. And then this one,
That's my favorite.
this is the vibe as well. So, you know.
Didn't you wear this with that feather jacket?
Yes, I wore this in Durban July.
Yes.
So this is my Tom Fords.
You used to love those ones.
Yeah, these ones I used to wear all the time. Only because you know why? With sunglasses, I can't wear for too long because this part over here starts to cut my nose because I have very thin skin around my nose. So this pair I can actually wear, and I can wear it for as long as I want to. Why are you laughing? Next Tom Ford pair, another classic. Cat eye vibe, goes anything.
It's very devil wears.
Devil Wears Prada. And this is one of my ultimate favorite pairs.
That's also my favorite.
Yeah, guys.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Louis Vuitton. This pair. I feel like I can do anything in this
No,
pair.
you can. No,
I
don't go
love
back.
it so much, guys. And it's different colors. It's red, green, black.
Grey.
Yo, this is outside. It actually looks like that 3D glasses you get in the movies. Just like a souped up version. Shay, Keegan, you like this pair? This is Versace.
But this is nice.
No.
So you must be on the floor. Versace on the floor.
I asked you guys to send me topics that you want me to talk about. This one's from Mikhail. If you guys don't know Mikhail, you should definitely follow him on Instagram and on YouTube. Mikhail Williams. He wants to know full-on experiences, story time of big events, YouTube summit, KCAs, etc. Okay, so let's talk about the KCAs. It's the Kids' Choice Awards. I was asked to represent Africa at the Kids' Choice Awards last year, and it was my first time like doing something on such a scale, and you know, traveling by myself and experiencing all of that by myself. Obviously the Nickelodeon team from Africa did come with me, and they were amazing. At the events and at the socials, you by yourself. And because I was the only one from Africa, I didn't know anybody, nobody knew me. So it was very intimidating going to socials and gatherings and stuff, and not knowing anybody, because in those kind of scenarios I'm not very good at just making friends or going up to people and, you know, becoming friends with them. Normally it's the other person coming up to me, and then, you know, the conversations get going, but it's not very often where I would go up to someone and just start making conversation. Eventually I did meet a few people, and you know, people were super nice, and I think I quickly learned that people were just interested in me when I started speaking because of my accent. And I was like, every time I started speaking, they were like, oh my word, like they were like, oh my god, where are you from? It was always like an icebreaker, was my accent. You know, when I spoke to people, like they always wanted to know, where are you from? I think, you know, and then obviously on the orange carpet with everybody walking down the orange carpet, that was also really amazing, because I got Frankie Grande to sing the national anthem, like he knew all the words. And I met David Dobrik, I saw Liza Koshy walking past. I really wanted to talk to her, but she was in a rush. And yeah, a bunch of other people. So yeah, that was really amazing. I think like at first when I got there, I just needed to get out of my own head, because I was very much in my own head, like just feeling intimidated, because you're around all these people with so many followers and this and that. But then you quickly realize that everyone's just human beings, and that's how you need to interact with people, is on a human level. You like, don't think about the followers, don't think about the hype. Literally just talk to people as a human being, you know, because most of the time when you are talking to someone that you know has a lot of followers, or you know, that's famous or whatever, like, you not really yourself, because you just want them to like you, you know, you want them to like you, so that, you know, whatever the case. But yeah, I think the best advice I can give is, when you are talking to someone or trying to, in a situation where you feel like you can't really contribute much, then just remember that you being there is a contribution. So never feel that your contribution isn't enough, no matter how big or how small. It's always enough. So never ever feel that it's not. But my overall experience with the Kids' Choice Awards was amazing. I wish I would go back anytime they ask me. And yeah. Oh, paranormal experiences you've had. Guys. You know, this is such a sensitive topic, because I feel like a lot of people feel that if you experience these paranormal things, then you are not praying enough, or you're not religious enough, or whatever the case. Right? I am someone that literally prays every single day. In the morning and in the evening, I pray. Okay, I've experienced a lot of paranormal activity in my day, and that is why I'm so big on having crystals and having the right energy around me, circulating the right energy, just being very, very aware of the energy around me at all times and the energy that I'm putting out there. Because I don't want to attract any sort of negativity into my life. Obviously, that's inevitable, but I try my best to consciously not attract it into my life because of the paranormal stuff I've experienced growing up from a very young age. And I don't speak about it much because obviously everybody has their opinions, and everybody. It's a very tricky subject to talk about. But I don't know if I actually wanna talk about it, because then it's again that's attracting it back. That's attracting it into my life. So I'll just leave it at this. I have experienced to a certain degree paranormal activity, be it through sleep paralysis, be it through, guys, I don't wanna actually talk much on that topic, to be honest. Overcoming hate. This is, guys, like, if I had to show you the amount of hate I get on a daily basis, and even now, because people are bored and they are on their phones all the time, they're on social media, so obviously now they are going to look for things to just drag you for. I experience hate on a daily basis, and I'm going to be honest with you, in the beginning I used to break down and cry, and I used to just sob and cry and just question my purpose, question my worth. So over time the hate doesn't go away, but you do get stronger, and it's something that you'll never really be able to understand until you're in this position and you are the one experiencing the hate, because words puncture, and people don't realize that. You can say sticks and stones might break my bones, but words actually do hurt, and words are very powerful. It's a very sensitive topic for me, because growing up there was a stage where I got bullied, and you would think that it would go away after high school, but it actually doesn't go away. And you would think that you would care less the older you get, but you don't. And the thing is, I would say, like, don't go looking for it. Like, a lot of people will go look for negative things that people are saying about them, or search their name on Twitter to see what people are saying about them, whatever the case. But I know that there's that urge to look for what people are saying about you. I used to do it. I eventually stopped, but then it got to a point where people were sending me stuff, sending me screenshots, so you can't unsee certain things, and then it does bother you. So to answer your question, overcoming hate, I think, like I always say, like, the hate might not go away, but you can find ways, healthy ways to try and overcome it. Like, if you have a strong support system, if you have someone that you can talk to, like a parent, do a story time about a life-changing experience. There were a few life-changing experiences for me. I'd say the one that sticks out the most is when I was 17 or 18 and I got rushed to the hospital in the middle of the night because I was using the bathroom and I collapsed, and my mom heard me collapse, and she came running into the bathroom, and I was completely knocked out. And then they rushed me to the hospital, and I was at the hospital for a few days because they were trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Then my mom got a phone call in the middle of the night probably at like 2 a.m. and they said that they needed to do an emergency operation on me. They did, and then it was later discovered that I actually had a huge cyst. So I was in the hospital for weeks. So yeah, that was a really life-changing moment. After that operation, I lost a lot of weight. Like, I was really skinny. Yeah, there were a few life-changing moments for me, I'd say. Yeah. Do you believe in vision boards? I actually do believe in vision boards. I made my first vision board when I was 9, and I actually think it's still by my mom's house, but I definitely believe in the law of attraction. And actually, it reminded me now that I actually need to make one, because I haven't made one for this year. I make a vision board for every year, and then it's interesting to see how many of the things you actually tick off. So one of the things on my vision board for last year was to be in a movie. So that happened. I got my first movie role. That's going to be in cinemas. So that was actually on my vision board. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I just knew that that's something that I really wanted to do, because that's one of my passions, is actually to act and to be an actress. I would love to be in more movies, and in many movies as I can. I'd love to get more experience. I was actually applying to do some acting workshops, to be in acting workshops, not provide them, to be in acting workshops this year. But I've looked at some online courses that I can maybe do. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I think that if you want to do something, you really need to work at it and try and perfect your craft, because you're always learning, you're never perfect. So yeah, definitely believe in vision board. You become a paid influencer in South Africa. I get this question a lot, and I actually wanted to do a full YouTube video dedicated to that question, like any questions you had on being an influencer and getting paid. Akila Heron, aka Fashion Bleach, she just released an ebook called Booked, Busy and Verified. Busy and Verified. So she has an ebook out, basically everything you need to know about earning money and being an online creator. I think I'm gonna put it on my Instagram, or if you want, you guys can leave the questions down below. I want to know anything about earning an income and being online, because then I'll dedicate a full YouTube video to that. I can't give you a 2-minute answer, because you won't really take away much from that, So yeah, if you have any of those questions, leave it down below, or I will put it on my Instagram story for you guys to just fill it in there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all those good things, and I will see you soon.